On the friendship side, in Korea, it's really hard. It's really, really hard to build long-term relationship with Korean people. Also, we're not gonna be mad if I don't really like when you do that. I think that is rude. To us, it's kind of normal to say it, whereas in Korean culture, it's kind of not okay, rather than pick it out. Whereas in Europe, it's gonna be the other way around.
네, 안녕하십니까. 아웃캐스트입니다. 여러분은 요즘 어떤 고민을 가지고 계신가요? 저는 지금까지 많은 외국인들을 인터뷰를 해보면서 그들의 고민과 사연을 참 많이 들어볼 수 있었는데요. 그럴 때마다 든 생각이 제가 특정 주제를 가지고 인터뷰를 진행하다 보니까 정작 사연과 고민 같은 개인적인 부분은 담지 못하는 게 좀 아쉽다고 생각을 했습니다. 그래서 이번 인터뷰에서는 그들의 개인적인 고민이나 사연을 들어보고 같이 생각해보는 그런 시간을 가져볼까 합니다. Okay, so thank you so much for the interview. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Vanessa. I'm from Germany, 27 years old.
안녕하세요, 나타샤입니다. 나 klar. I'm 20 years old and I'm also from Germany.
I love your pronunciation. Can you say 안녕하세요 as well? No?
안녕하세요.
Yeah, you guys are pretty good. So, what do you guys do in Korea?
I think from the 14th of August we came here to Korea for our exchange year in Jeonbuk University. Yeah, the semester starts from September on, so we wanted to travel around in Seoul for 2 weeks and look around.
Jeonbuk University is a popular school in Korea, but it's not a... Yeah, like among 지방 universities, it's pretty popular. But still, it's not. There are not many foreigners, I would presume. So, what was your reason for choosing Jeonbuk University?
One of the reasons for me was the dormitory fee.
Yeah.
It includes 5 days free meals because we want to travel a lot.
Yeah.
Like 1-day trips to Daegu, Busan and something like that.
We both wanted to at least try to improve our Korean while we're here. And as soon as you're surrounded by foreigners, you automatically start speaking in English. Wanted to challenge ourselves and make ourselves have to speak Korean because there are not so many foreigners. So
you guys have it figured out, although you guys are pretty young, and you guys have specific reason for choosing the university. So I think that's pretty impressive. And I also think that's one of the characteristics of German people. They're very logical and they're straightforward. What are you most concerned with right now? What's on your mind lately?
For me, it's speaking Korean. All of our Sambanim and all the teachers said that around 6 months when you are here in Korea, you will start normally speaking Korean, or you don't have hesitation to speak. And I'm really shy when it's about another language. So I don't know if it will 6 months or more until I can speak Korean with other people. I hope it will be sooner.
So why did you decide to study in Korea?
Could choose a language, Japanese, Chinese or Korean. And I liked since 2010 K-pop when I started watching dramas, and I wanted to visit Korea, and last year I was here for 3 or 4 weeks.
You must have liked the experience.
Yeah, I really liked the experience, traveling around from Seoul to Busan to Jeju. It was really nice. I like the culture, how it's really different from Germany or Europe. That's why I wanted to learn it.
A lot of foreigners struggle with making new friends. Is that a concern for you guys?
I think it will be okay because she's really
I
extravagant. Yeah.
You're more of an introvert.
Yeah.
And then she's more
Yeah.
extrovert.
I'm not really concerned about making new friends. Maybe I'm a bit concerned that I'm too direct for Korean people, so they are just all scared kind of me because I'm just coming up hi, I'm Natasha and so on. Yeah. I try to not be as German as I usually am. And be more
being German.
just walking up and saying hello. So I felt that Korean people are more subtle, not that just going up to strangers.
Yeah.
So I tried to be a little bit more softer.
Before you kind of talked about how Korean people are different from German people. So are there other differences in characteristics?
I would say yes. We are more open to meeting strangers and meet other nationalities. What I personally noticed is that they really stay close. The Koreans most often don't know each other, but they just stick together in Germany and not try to venture out and meet new German friends or anything. I think also a big part of it is maybe Korean people are not that used to just going up to strangers. And we German people, we are going up to strangers and saying hello.
I would say Koreans are more judgy Yeah, judgmental because when we're taking the subway or something like that and how we dress up or something like that, because I have tattoos, they look from head to toe and I don't know what kind of face they make, but it looks really negative.
All right, guys. So, just lastly, is there anything that you want to say to like Korean audience?
I hope you are more open-minded than the older generation. Show foreigners that you are really open-minded and that you're not excluded from the society.
On a more uplifting note, a lot of Koreans I talked to, they were like, yeah, I'm really, I'm not that confident in my English skills, but they speak really well. I mean, we Germans, English is also not our first language, so we also learned it. So, of course, we make mistakes, they make mistakes, but just try to use English. English is a very good tool to meet new people, because I think it's always a really enriching situation if you meet new people, if you meet new cultures.
Right. Thank you so much for the interview. I hope a great day today.
You too, thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for the interview.
Sure.
Do you drink coffee?
Not really.
Do you drink Yuja Aid?
Oh, I
You know
do.
Yuja Aid?
I do.
Okay.
You got one for me?
Yes.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I will share with my kids.
So can you briefly introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. So I'm Sascha.
Yeah.
I'm German. I do live here in Seoul for,
Yeah.
meanwhile, 4 years. 7 years in total in Korea.
Yeah.
Before we lived in 3 years in Busan. Today I'm here to enjoy the summer heat with my kids.
Why do you live in Korea? Do you work here?
I came here for work. So I work for a German company.
Yeah.
And they dispatched me to Korea.
Yeah. Can I ask your company? No.
Well, it's an automotive supplier. I'm not saying the name here. It's
Okay. What do you think about Korea in general?
Korean life?
Yeah.
Well, as I said, we live here for 7 years.
Yeah.
So far we had a great time.
Since you have 2 kids
Yeah.
in Korea, and they probably go to school here, right?
Yes, they do.
So what do you think about Korean education?
My kids, obviously, they go to international schooling, so not a Korean local school. But what I perceive from Korean schooling is coming from Germany, quite tough education system, very competitive, with little space for creativity for the kids. So they are booked from morning till evening, have a very strict curriculum. It's more about, let's say, repeating what teachers say.
What's different in German education? Do they give students more chance to speak about their own opinion?
Exactly. That's one of the major factors in difference. So here it's more about the teacher says A, the student repeats A.
Right.
Whereas in Germany, the kids gets asked, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And the kids are requested to ask even questions towards the teachers, to challenge themselves, to challenge the teachers, challenge seniority. And because in the Korean system, you're not supposed to speak up towards teachers, right? Or to higher levels.
Yeah. What's going on in your life? Is there anything troubling you?
Well, as I said, I work in the automotive world, and the automotive world is very transformation period right now, very challenging business environment with the transition going on from a combustion engine to electric vehicles. It's not bothering me, but that keeps me busy and alive. Talk a bit more positive. It's my family that keeps me busy and under tension day and night. Yeah.
You and your wife are both not Korean. Are there any challenges that you face in Korea? Living as foreigners?
Oh yes. My wife is Asian. Both of us, we do speak other languages fluently, but unfortunately not Korean. So with the limitation of Korean language, we feel we are not free in this country. We cannot move around freely. We are not independent, and that bothers us definitely. But it's on us, of course, to learn the language.
So we talked about some of the negative things. So now let's talk about some positive things. What's some of the good things that you experienced in Korea?
I would say Korean people and their behavior. So it's, for me, very much solution-oriented. Koreans are very positive in solving a problem and finding a solution.
Yeah.
You can certainly argue about the quality of the solution. It's maybe not always sustainable, but at least they are fixing things. They are quick.
They're very quick, yeah.
Quick and efficient. That's super. I mean, this pali pali is commonly known. Koreans, you see this here in the park, have the passion for life. So these are 2 factors of behavior, which I love very much about this country.
I think Germans are pretty famous for their efficiency as well.
I would say as a German we are also solutions oriented but much slower. I would say we are planning more ahead than the Koreans do.
I think your kids are kind of getting bored, so I will just cut the interview right now. Yeah. Thank you
very
so much for the interview.
Yeah, thanks for choosing me.
Right.
Have a good one.
All right. Thank you guys so much for the interview. Can you briefly introduce yourself?
I'm Anaïs and I'm from France. I'm here for vacation.
Yeah, and I use my Korean name or my French name.
You can use your Korean name, I guess.
So my name is Una. I'm here to study Korean. And yeah, this is my friend. She'd come to see me for vacation.
How was your experience so far in Korea?
first time I arrived in Korea was more than 2 years ago. Because of my study, I was doing my internship, so I work in a Korean company. It was kind of an experience. I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it. Yeah, but I like it here.
So how was your experience so far in Korea?
It's good. I came here for kind of a short time,
Yeah.
3 weeks, so I just know the basics. I ate well. I had fun visiting the places. I really like the ambience at night. Walking in the street and everything is light up and there's music when you walk. I really like that. Fun stuff to do with friends. I enjoyed it for vacation.
Just in general, what's on your mind recently?
What's on my mind is that I soon go to a new school and I have to go back to the dance rhythm. So I have a lot of dance hours and I'm like, I have to mentally prepare to go back to that rhythm.
Right now it's vacation, but in September I'm gonna start again studying Korean. I have to learn all this vocabulary again.
Too much work.
Why did I choose this life? Why am I paying for that?
Do you think studying here is harder than in France?
Yeah, also it's what I'm studying because in France I study mechanical engineering. It has nothing to do with languages. Most of the time in mechanical engineering you have to understand the thing. Whereas when you learn a language, when you learn vocabulary, you have just to learn it. Like different kind of things to learn. So I'm struggling more now. I know that when I finish my study I will have visa issues. And since I want to work in Korea, I need some kind of visa. And it's kind of complicated, kind of what's worrying me because it means that everything I've built for the 2 years I've been here will be completely done if I don't get a visa, kind of.
So I interview a lot of foreigners, and this is one problem that is shared by all foreign students in Korea. Is the visa problem and trying to get a job here in Korea. That's very hard for foreigners.
And also, for example, the company I work for, I was under H1, so working holiday visa. But when I wanted to continue with them, they were like, we can't sponsor your visa. The company was too small, it was too much paperwork, it was too expensive for them. Can't go to all company, contrary to Korean people. As foreigners, a step harder.
So going back to more of a fundamental question, why do you want to work in Korea?
Very good question. My parents asked the same thing. And I was I don't know.
So is it perhaps you spent a long time in Korea and you don't want it to go to waste?
Yeah, there is that. In Korea, I put so much effort into building something, building relationship, building habits. When I arrived first, I didn't know anything. On the friendship side, in Korea, it's really hard. It's really, really hard to build long-term relationship with Korean people. It's really something that I don't want to go to waste because I'm leaving. Whereas I know that my foreign friends, we are kind of prepared to have long distance relationship because we both live abroad. We are in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Just clarified.
So before I interviewed the French person, she talked about a similar problem as you. It's very hard to make friends in Korea and build that strong relationship with them. She says something like Korean people ghost you sometimes. Do you think that happened to you as well?
For the moment, I'm pretty much fine, but I heard a lot of friends, mostly girls, that say that. And even by friends, they thought they were kind of close to. I think that what is the most annoying for most European people, there is no explanation on. Just if you don't want to come, then just say it. We're not gonna be mad because you say, no, I can't come, no, I don't want to come. Also, we're not gonna be mad if they say, I don't really like when you do that. I think that is rude. To us, it's kind of normal to say it, whereas in Korean culture, it's kind of not okay. I think Korean people tend to just stop relationship rather than speak it out.
Right.
Whereas in Europe, it's gonna be the other way around.
I think for especially French people, they're known for their direct speech, right? Yeah. So they just say it, yeah.
I don't think in every culture it will be normal to say something like that about your friend. Whereas in France, it's completely fine. Just do it.
So maybe that's a cultural difference. So you can't really blame anyone in that situation, right? Because it's just a.
Yeah. But I understand that it's really annoying on all viewpoint.
Yeah.
I think really is the worst is to say yes, I'm gonna come and then not come. This is really annoying. just say it before that you don't want to come.
So I really hope that you get your visa and you will be able to work here in Korea.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't have that much hope.
I'm sure you will get it. I've seen a lot of other foreigners who got their things figured out as well. So thank you so much for the interview. And yeah.